go live now,
Okay.
just so we can start gathering followers here, folks. Nicola here with
Hi,
Teresa.
everyone.
Hi, Teresa.
Good to see you guys.
Totally excited. Are you excited? Half an hour before the monthly candle closes.
Yeah, then this is a big one. We've gone green. Yay!
Yeah, we've gone green. Oh, I'm on Ethereum. Let's go over. So today's live stream will just, it's 1:30, so we can start. Perfect. Today's live stream, we wanted to focus on general market structure for the next half an hour and then have a look at the monthly candle. And then after the monthly candle is posted, we'll go. So like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 32 minutes, somewhere around there, depending on what happens. So we can just really get a kind of like a, what do you call it, Teresa, as when you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out.
When in doubt, zoom out. We want to get the 50,000 foot view of what's going on here because then that informs how you trade.
Exactly, yeah. So we'll niche down further into trade setups for tomorrow when because we're going live again tomorrow at the same time, 5:30 Central Standard Time or Mountain Time US, to look at the weekly close. But today we want to talk about the monthly close. We'll touch on the weekly close. We'll look at Ethereum and XRP and then just have a big broad overview. Now I was just talking to Teresa before we got started about how interesting it is that we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP from last market cycle to this market cycle potentially being a cup and handles. Now, granted, not a gorgeous looking thing. If you have here, look at this. We've got the cup on its angle, tilted, and then the handle is here. And now we're coming back up to the neckline to break out from the neckline. Now, depending on where we hit the neckline, let's just say we're going to at least go, like I feel confident, Teresa, we're at least going to go to 100,000, if not 250,000. And I watched a video of Carl from the Moon saying we could go crazy to 700,000. What do you think?
I'd love to see it. But I think we'll have to wait and see what the indicators play out before we start making predictions like that. But, I think it's only inevitable that we will eventually get to 700,000. It's just whether or not it happens in this bull cycle. There's the $1 million question, right? Or the $700,000.
Exactly. Yeah. But the golden ratio for this move here for Bitcoin is at 103,368 approximately. So we can be reasonably confident we're going to at least 100. But then have a look at Ethereum from January 18th when we topped out, or it's just a little bit before that, right? And then we came down. We've got a cup and handle here as well. And the target for that, again, it's going to depend on where we break out, right? So let's say it's at least $5,163 for Ethereum, and the golden ratio is up at 7,000. So we've got a good chance of going there. I've seen BitBoy Crypto talk about Ethereum for 27,000. I think 10,000, 15,000 feels reasonable, but with 2.0 coming out, who knows? And people getting crazy. We just, that euphoria at the end of the market, we don't know. Let's have a look at XRP. And XRP has a better cup and handles, which is at least going to take us to $4. And I think we talked about this yesterday with the SEC lawsuit possibly going into some form of settlement, we may see in the next week or two a really, really crazy rise up to where we should be trading, which I think is around $5 to $8. Anything you want to say about it?
Something interesting that Volkowski talks about. I always like to go back to the Bible when I'm looking at different patterns. Cup and handles that are higher on the left perform better. So XRP is the strongest of these three cup and handles because the previous all-time high is higher. So it's got a higher peak on the left than the other two. But cup and handles, I was just looking it up to double check it. their failure rate is only 5% in a bull market and 7% in a bear market. So they're one of the more reliable patterns.
Wow.
So this is interesting. It's like the macro scale patterns we're seeing are confirming that the price is going up in all three of these coins.
Yeah. And we're wanting to go macro today before the monthly candle post. We're going to have a countdown and a drum roll, and we're posting the new candle when? In 21 minutes time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So CME gap is, well, we don't know if we've got a gap, but just write this down, folks. 40,885 is where Bitcoin closed when CME closed on Friday. So if we open above that, we will create a gap. If we come back down, we won't. CME gaps are closing, you know, like maybe 95% of the time within the first week, and sometimes within 2 weeks. And then if not within the 2 weeks, you know, probably not at all or further down the track. So that's tomorrow's live stream. So if you haven't subscribed to us, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and then click the bell and then click all, so that you can get notified when we go live, because tomorrow is about the CME gap, today is about the monthly candle. So let's have a look at Bitcoin and its beautiful handle. And now we're coming back up from the handle to go to the top of the neckline. And as Teresa said, this is not a reliable cup and handles, really. However, we pretty much know that Bitcoin is going to go to 100,000, right?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we could call it a cup and handle. It's just the failure rate is higher when the right peak is is higher than the left peak.
It's higher,
right?
yeah. And also this is from the where is it? This starts at June 2019, which is where we just start coming back up from the big drop of the bear cycle. So it's kind of like an avant-garde, or it could even be a stiletto.
Looks,
you know,
we need to invent a new pattern. The lady's stiletto.
The lady's stiletto.
Looks more like a stiletto, right? There's not enough women in trading. We need some feminine names for some of these. Oh, let me email Bukowski.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Since you actually spoken to him, haven't you?
I've had an email conversation with him a few times.
Yeah. So guys, thumbs up. What do you think? Hit that like button if you think that we could create a new pattern here called the ladies stiletto, or even the 1970s platform shoes that all the male rock and rollers used to, you know, the guys from Sweet and, well, even the Stones used to wear platform shoes, didn't they? Anyway, Enough of that. Look at this. This is the 0.5 Fibonacci line midway, where the bottom of the candle has just gone above it, and then the top of the candle is right on the golden ratio at 41,573. We're trading above that right now, guys. We're trading at 41,818. So we've got this little wick just above it. So when we're looking at a monthly candle close, if we get a monthly candle close, close above this line, and then the next month, which is going to happen, the next month's candle is going to happen in, you know, like 15 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, whenever, very soon, just above. If this closes above, my feeling is, or my sense is, we might see 5 minutes or 20 minutes of craziness. Like a jack in a box. It's like we've opened above that golden ratio. We might see a bit of price manipulation, and it could just go crazy and then maybe come back down again, or just all of a sudden slow down. So we'll see. What, you know, like that's just my sense. That's just my sense of it, and I'm not always right when I sense things. But here's the interesting thing, Teresa. We were talking about it. You were saying price action on the monthly has not gone into the EMA ribbon.
Yeah, when you look at the monthly, you know, we've been riding along the EMA ribbon, and this candle takes us well above it. So that's really bullish.
Yeah.
We're also
we're
looking pretty close to being a hammer in terms of the shape of this candle, right? I mean, it is a doji, and then there's a tiny wick above. but it's a lot more of a hammer than it is a doji, which is a bullish reversal pattern, right? So the other thing is, in a bull run, we've never seen more than 3 monthly red candles in a row. In fact, the most we've ever seen before is 2. So this is an anomaly that we had 3 in a row. Sometimes there's been 2 green and a red, and then we're back on in the bull run. So we might see another red candle. I don't think it's going to be a drastic red candle if we see it. Like we might see sideways price action for a while, because I'm still watching that Saturn retrograde, which I know you've been commenting on, and I'm still watching for that miner's hash rate recapitulation. But I don't think we're going to see significant downward action at this point, given what this monthly candle is looking like.
Yeah, exactly. And like this could, we don't know what it's going to close, but let's speculate. Let's say this green candle closes at the top of the wick there and we get a nice hammer. Guys, I want you to hear this. This is another indication that we have a trend reversal. So if you are married to the idea of the numbers going low and the price action going lower so you can buy back in at lower prices, I don't know if we're going to go lower than maybe 34,000, 36,000, 38,000. Those are all key areas of support. And that we want to watch out for. I mean, it's possible we could go down to last week's CME gap at 32,440 or somewhere around there. But that's tomorrow. We want to look at what's going to happen if we close above here. Now, if we look at is there anything else we want to say at the weekly, monthly? Oh yeah. See this trajectory here on the Fibonacci, the dotted line. The cup and handles hasn't gone above it significantly. Like we haven't had a lot of trading above it, except for when we got into this euphoria here and then came back down on it. So once we get above here, once we get above 65 to up back up to the all-time high, and we get back into price discovery, then like there's not a lot of resistance up there, and we could shoot up to 100,000. And some people are speculating that we won't go up and down within 3,000, 5,000. We'll go up and down in a day between 10,000 and 20,000 as a gap, right? So you have to shift your mindset for that kind of a trade, because that is a huge, that's a huge drop if we drop $20,000 or even $30,000 in a day.
Yeah, we actually saw a single candle that was a $2,000 increase in less than a few minutes last week.
Yeah.
Unprecedented price rise for Bitcoin. So I think that's just a glimpse of what we might see in future. I think we're seeing the capability in this coin of massive price movement very rapidly when people decide the price is going in a certain direction. So, be ready for it. This is going to get exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're following us about the Saturn retrograde fractal from 2020, which is this purple at the bottom, and the black is 2021, we are now here. If you come down onto the purple, we are now here where on the daily, where we could start going down just a little bit more, but not a lot if we're following last year's fractal, which we have been doing to the letter so far. And then we get a sharper increase, and then we get this really long 2-month Bart-Simpson pattern. So up the top here in black, we put the trajectory of heading up around about the 2nd of August, slowly starting to come back up, taking that week to go up, maybe at the end of this week, coming week, maybe at the beginning of the following week. We might see a repeat of 2020, in which case we're going to go straight up into a Bart-Simpson. And I'm speculating that, which is what today is all about, prediction and speculation. I'm speculating that it might look something like this, and I think I'll take a screenshot so when I clean my charts, we haven't lost it. If we close nice and neatly above the golden ratio here at 0.618, and then we open this month's candle in 16 minutes above the golden ratio, sometime today, tomorrow, somewhere along the line, there might be some euphoria. and we come up a little bit, trade up, come back down, retest the golden ratio as support, or come back down to say 36, maybe not even go down that low, and then just start coming back up, and then shoot up, retest the all-time high, create some consolidation, come back down to around about maybe 46, 45,000, and then the rest of the bull run was this is pure speculation, guys. And then Saturn retrograde, we start going sideways, we start going up, and then when we come out of Saturn retrograde on the 10th of October, we come down a little bit, go sideways, and then we shoot up, and we go into that final ascent. So I'm going to take a picture of that. I might actually draw a better version of it for you tomorrow, and let's see if that's about what happens. Right?
It's fun to look back, right?
Yeah. But that's if we follow 2020's pattern, then all we're looking at is what date does that pattern play out. So now let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, all this FUD about going down to 20,000 on this channel, we've been a bit skeptical about that, haven't we, Teresa?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we've been skeptical about it.
What's to say?
On the weekly candles, the EMA has been supporting us. On the monthly, we've been trading above it, and then on the weekly, we have been in it. And then we had a really nail biter week a couple of weeks back where we came under it, and it looked like we could go to those lower numbers, but and there was all these shorts in, and we reversed. We did a big reversal. We did a Bart Simpson in the reverse, and a whole lot of people got liquidated and they got wrecked. And this is why it's important not to have a mindset that it's going to go one way or the other. You can have a bias. I don't think you can not be biased, but be ready for both. Because if you have a really strong bias, it's like, no, it's going to go down. And I was reading this on, it's going down, and we're going to get wrecked, and like all this drama, right? It's like, and yet here we are getting supported in the EMA. We dipped down, but boy, did we come back up really fast. And now this candle has not only it started up into the ribbon, it's gone above it, and now it's gone above the golden ratio. So if we start the candle, the monthly candle at the top of the hour there, like if we see a sudden flurry down, or if we see a sudden flurry up to there, right, we're now above the EMA, and that's the time to put in a long, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the really telling thing about the EMA ribbon is it was looking like it might start crossing. That's what everyone was worried about. If the EMA ribbon flips, we're definitely in a bear cycle. But when you look at the shape of the EMA ribbon now, it's starting to fan out again. It's a good sign. It's looking like the bearish predictions are not playing out.
Yeah, it's turning out. Look at this right here. Last week we got the turnaround, which was another signal that the bottom was in for the market, right? Any questions, guys? We love your questions. We love you to like the video. We are a new channel, and we certainly appreciate your support with the Overlords algorithm there from YouTube.
Be nice.
Yeah, well, a lot of effort goes into this, guys, and Teresa and I have busy businesses. We could be doing something else, but we're giving this to you and not charging for it. So we do appreciate being appreciated with a like. That would be awesome. So, well, let's go into our indicators. Like, on the weekly, we do have a green candle here and then a grey candle down the bottom on the CM Williams VIX, which is an indication that we could see a little bit of price action. So if we go into tomorrow, the weekly candle, and that starts looking green, then that's another indication that we're probably going to head up. So let's have a look at the 4 hourly. Let me turn off the air. We're above on the 4 hourly. We have been trading pretty well, right? Here, above the EMA, and we have a bull flag. And we have a projected target of possibly 44,473, depending on where we break out, right? That's going to change on where we break out. So let's bring in Ichimoku and see what's going on. Woo, Teresa, look at that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very bullish Ichimoku.
Very bullish Ichimoku. This red line is the baseline. It is way below the green line, which is the conversion line, and we've got nothing but green in front of us. There's only a few warnings here. When we flatten out on the Ichimoku here and we get this angle here and here, that is an indication that we may see downward price action as a correction rather than a dump. But obviously with price manipulation, you never know when it's going to dump. But we are dangerously close to being above that line there. Hey, we've got, who have we got here? Ethereum Coke said, is there a love? What does that mean? Hi, ladies. Hi, Kevin. Instead of a like. Oh, is there a love instead of a like? Yeah, let's upvote. Let's click like for love. Yeah, awesome. Totally. So, okay, cool. So that's great. We've got that there. So we're going to turn.
I love Kevin Romney's question. What's the time frame for the breakout? That's a great question. If anyone on YouTube can answer that, they're a billionaire.
Well, yeah, right? We're into speculation, so why don't we give it a go? Stay tuned, Kevin. I'm going to turn Ichimoku off, and I'm going to bring in 4 EMA. And that's also bullish as well. Look at that, blue, green, yellow, red. And look, the red line is the bottom line of the EMA. And that's a huge gap, right? Huge gap. So
I'm with Nicola on this one, though, that often when we post a monthly or weekly candle, we see some rapid price action, but not always on the weekend, though. So like, it's Saturday night. Who knows? Maybe people are out with their sweeties tonight. It's not going to happen tonight because the monthly candle close isn't always on a Saturday night. But we could see a rapid movement once we see the monthly candle close. I'm betting for upward too, but that said, I'm going to wait and see what it's looking like, see where the volume's coming before I would place a trade.
Yeah, we're going to do ETH in a minute, Kevin. So yeah, look, we did go to Flurry this afternoon, or was it this morning? I can't remember. No, it was this morning. Look, boom, shot up. And remember, it's the Chinese that are coming in. So it's the Chinese, the Asian market, the Asian retail market, which can often be a bit price manipulated. They're going to determine the direction here. So let's go down to the 1 hour. We're going to do Ethereum and we're going to do XRP. So we better scooch because we're getting close. Countdown. Oh, look at this. On the 1 hourly, we are trading above the golden ratio. This is a clear candle breakout. Look at that. That is a clear candle breakout right there. The bottom of it has cleared the golden ratio. Now we're coming back down to retest this as support. So this is where the test will be. Will we keep coming back down and come back down to the bottom of the pattern? Or will we just come down a little bit and bounce right back off? Well, let's see what Ichimoku has to say.
Yeah, really nice bullish looking Ichimoku.
Yeah, but look at this. straight across, and then this dip. So it's possible that we could see a dip. We'll just have to wait and see.
Which could just be the reconfirmation of the support line. That
Yes,
might be
exactly. We could just
so, which would be a good
far.
place to place a trade if we see confirmation of that support line.
We're going to be at 1 to 2 minutes past. We're out of here because we're going to go place our.
We're going to be placing trades. You might want to draw that support line so they can see what we're talking about, because not only is that a bull flag, but there's a downward trend making that more of a pennant, right? Well, yeah, not only that support line, but within the flag, there was a downward trend that could get reconfirmed.
You could do it this way. Are you saying we could do it like that?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And then
so either of those, which for me, like when I see two things converge like that, like there's a support line we've been watching in the market, and there's also this downward trending line on the flag. So if it comes down into that zone, reconfirms and bounces off, that's a really good bullish indicator, right? So personally, I love looking for where more than one thing converges in the market, because that's a great place to place a trade if you're trading from a position of strength.
Exactly. I would want to get above 42,000 or 42,400 personally, right above this breakout candle over here with support, with volume, unless all of a sudden we take off and you just ride it to there. And if we turn around and come back down, get out. And the reason for that is that we have been failing patterns in this market. Like we've had patterns that have not played out, or they've only just on. But let's have a look at where the monthly is coming up in 5 minutes. So we better quickly look at Ethereum. On the monthly, cup and handles, 5,163 is a good target. We're looking at 7,000, maybe more for Ethereum in the next cycle. CME gap is down at 2,441. We're currently trading above that. So we'll look at that tomorrow, but we're under the golden ratio here. So we've got a little bit of work to do on the monthly. If we bring in the EMA, let's go down to the weekly. Bring in move that out the way. Where are we? There we go. Bring that in. We've just almost cleared the top of this ribbon. So in some ways we're looking more bullish, but we've got significant resistance sitting up at around 2,700, right? But look, this looks like it's already starting to take off.
Ethereum and Coke wants to know which is the red line. That's the 55 EMA. We use the Phila 4 EMA indicator. Nicola and I both use it.
Yeah.
And for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrencies in general, the recommended settings for that, for the 4 lines, are 8, 13, 21, and 55. So the red line's 55. Just to
shout out to Crypto Jack for this, by the way. And then there's blue, green, yellow, red here for your settings. We better we're going to come back to Ethereum, but let's just have a look. Remember, Ethereum has got a W on, like if we come down into the daily, we are breaking out of a W, which is a trend reversal pattern. Here it is there, right? Boom, 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 boom. And if we do the neckline there, we did all the trade setups in yesterday's live stream. So if you want to check out yesterday, we've got all of the trade setups for the breakout. It has broken above this. So now we're going to see, are we going to retest it and then go up? And we're looking at around about 32,000. Let's have a look what I've got here. This is my chart that I've been working on. 32,3257, but we're going to hit resistance at 2733 potentially with the golden ratio, and then there is another pattern in here which has a resistance of 2974. So that is that. Let's quickly look at Ethereum XRP before we get the monthly, and then we'll just do a countdown with XRP. The good news about XRP is it's got a long way to go to where it should be, right? with the cup and handles, with that 4
Really
monthly.
nice looking cup and handle here too. So
Yeah, but let's have a look. We're looking at monthly candles, right? Have I got the right one?
I think so, yeah. You're on the 1 month for XRP.
Yeah, let's do this one. This is a cleaner one. And let's just get rid of this. Sorry, we were at the farmers market today and had a great time going to my favorite bohemian little cafe area. So we got home and had to have a bit of a rest before we got ready for today. So many. Okay, so what is that? Is that a, let me just do that. Oh,
there's
look at
a
that.
nice hammer there too. So
Yeah.
that's a bullish reversal as well.
Yeah, it's bullish
So
too. Great.
really nice looking hammer. So
Yep.
will it change in the next minute? Drum roll. I don't think so. We're looking pretty good.
Bottom line is that we get a, no, hang on, we need to bring in the EMA ribbon, don't we? Oh, 4 EMA. Oh no, 4 EMA is there, bullish. We go down into the daily. We've got a lot of resistance above us for XRP to get above $1.08. Like, it's quite a bit of resistance. We have on the daily, we have a bull flag created. Oh, we got to go back to the monthly.
Yeah, Kevin's wondering if there's any shorts, so I'm just typing a response to him. I'm not seeing any shorts here, Kevin. Of course, we always have to wait and see which direction the market breaks in, but I don't see any divergences in this market, nothing that suggests we're going back bearish in the next little while here.
Yeah.
Might go sideways, but I don't think I don't see indications that we're going down right now.
No, we need to be under, if you want to place a short, what you're going to have to watch it, because we've had reversals of shorts with people getting wrecked. And on the weekend, generally, unless it goes into a free fall, you don't want to be shorting, because you're going to be stuck paying fees for something that's basically going to stay there. And ooh, Teresa, look at that. The monthly candle closed right on the golden ratio. This is a cliffhanger.
You just don't get prettier than that.
And then the monthly candle opened just under the golden ratio.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look and see. So that's something to watch there. Now let's go back onto Ethereum, which is my monthly charts, this one here. And let's have a look and see what happened here. Same. Printed a red candle right at the top there, but this means that it's possible that we could end up with a CME gap. Guys, Saturday evening, just be very, very careful. If you're an experienced scalper and you're prepared to sit on your trade and then get out when you've got in 10% or 20% profit before you get U-turns, then go for it. I'm personally not coming into the market until tomorrow, when the CME opens again, and we've got volume, institutional buyers coming back into the market to push in the direction away from my entry so that I can get into profit quickly. I don't like doing low volume trades. I saw ETH and Bitcoin hitting resistance all day and consolidating, so I got burned. Yes, really good lesson there. Right? Don't assume just because we're overbought that we're going to go down, because there are too many bullish signs. Get the Ichimoku cloud, Kevin, because the Ichimoku cloud is going to throw out price prediction in front of you. It's not 100% accurate, but it can give you an idea. Look.
Now that said, the price has just dropped, and we did not bounce off the support line. So I'm waiting to see what happens here, because if you go back to the 1 hour, the support line we would have wanted to see reconfirmed, it's dropped below it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that could just be a wick. In this market, the big boys are waiting to see you know, is everybody placing the trades? You know, let's get all the longs in and let's wick down and make them think the opposite's happening. And then when they've got all their trades in, we'll wick it back up again. Like there's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of the market doing the opposite of what people are expecting for very short periods of time, and lots of people getting wrecked because of that. So I would just, this would be a wait and see candle for me.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, for both Ethereum and both XRP, well, actually XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, we are in bullish patterns. So you don't short a bullish pattern unless you get a break to the downside. And look at this price action for Bitcoin. You've got your conversion line of your Ichimoku above the golden ratio. You've got the baseline below. That's bullish. You've just got this dip in the Ichimoku cloud. You're above a green cloud. So this means that we're coming down, but we've got the EMA. So that's a lot of support under us. If you were going to short this, right, you would wait until you were under the EMA ribbon, because you run too much of a risk of going hitting back up. And if you've got to remember what I said with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is in a bullish pattern. It is in, and all it's doing is coming back down to the bottom of the bull flag.
Yeah. So when the dominant market direction is bullish, I only short if there's really clear indicators that there's just a gimme short there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's often a recipe to just get wrecked, right?
But Kevin, what you want to watch for, we came up without any correction here. We've been traveling really slow, right? If we keep going and we consolidate tonight and we come down a bit, it's possible tomorrow when the CME opens that we come back down and have created a Bart Simpson. But if we do, my sense of it is we're going to bounce back up really quickly. And that would take us down to anywhere between 39,499, 39,515 and 39,090, maybe lower, but that's tomorrow. We'll look at that tomorrow. But my sense of it is, look, we've already got the green candle above the Fibonacci level here.
So isn't that interesting? It wicked down to the bottom of the flag, but then really, actually, that is showing that line of support.
It wicked and it started trading. Guys, you never ever ever place a short in support. Like when you're in the EMA, you've got a lot of support, and you've got the green cloud under you. That's support, right? Where you short is once we break down and confirm the breakdown. So it would look, unless it's a Bart Simpson's a free fall. And if you're lucky to catch it, that's great. But generally, a short would be we break to the downside, we confirm that support is no longer support, it's resistance, and now we come back down and you enter there. That's how you think about putting shorts in. But too many bullish signs here. We could just trade sideways a little bit more. And it's Saturday night, man. You got to be very, very brave unless we break out. Like if we break out above this line here, this bull flag, we break out, come back down to confirm and bounce off of that, then that's a time to long. And as I said, I'm waiting for it to come above this candle here, wick 42,420 probably. And if we get up there, and everything's looking good, that's where I'm going to put my long. For Ethereum, Ethereum's just been consolidating. Yeah. But it's been
usually means there's a big move coming. When you see this amount of consolidation, there's a big move coming.
Exactly. Now, Kevin, see this RSI where you could look at this and go, oh, the RSI is so overbought. It's got to go down. It's got to go down. It's got to go down. I've seen this happen for 5, 6, 7 days in a row without it going down. You can't use the RSI only as an indicator that we're going to then turn around and go down. You've got to bring in your Ichimoku cloud or the other indicators that you like to get. And look at this. We've got an incline on the Ichimoku on the 1 hour. Right, and look, we've got big gaps trading way above the EMA, bringing in the 4 hourly. Yeah. Ooh, with Ethereum, remember this is a W that we're breaking out of. So we want to watch that. Where was my setup for this? I lost my chart. Anyway, that's looking bullish. The only thing that I would say about that is that W, this is the, we've come down and then we've gone up here as a W. We have broken out of the neckline. We've come down to test it as support. We've now gone above the breakout. So strictly speaking, you'd be longing this. I would be waiting. See how this is flat on the Ichimoku? I would be waiting or going down into the 1 minute to see if I enter a long right now, are we going to get a reversal? And it's possible that we do. Look, we're coming down and then we're going into the red, which is resistance. So I would go into the 5 minute and I would go, no, this is looking too bullish to short. I'd be looking at putting in a long. In fact, we're going to.
Yeah, well, there is a bearish divergence there on the RSI. The last high was higher on the RSI and then
on the
lower.
5 minute.
Yeah, but personally, just a divergence on the RSI is not enough for me to trade. There's way too many bullish indicators there for me to trade. It just means I'd be really cautious putting it along right now because we've got a bearish divergence, right?
Yeah, and a bearish diversion on the 5 minute just means in the next 5 minutes we may see a red candle come down and then go back up again. So exactly, but that's why
it's showing up on the hourly too. Actually, you were just there. And I didn't notice it before, but I looked like there was one there.
Yeah.
If you look 2 peaks back, we've got a bearish divergence. But the one in the middle is moving in the right direction. So that's not a super strong divergence. I wouldn't trade it. Let me put it that way. But it would be enough to have me be cautious about what I'm longing right now.
Yeah. And you would watch
keep an eye on things.
I would watch it and I'd move my stop loss up into profit really early. As resistance on your chart, it's saying what indicator are you using?
2450 as resistance.
Yeah.
Some of that also depends on what exchange you're looking at, right? Because every exchange is going to be a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So which is why we chart on different exchanges because we don't want you to see the mess of pickup sticks that our main ones are.
Yeah.
But I mostly trade on Bybit, so Bybit would be my main chart that I'm trading off of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on the support and resistance dynamic, we've got it at 2,484. If you go down into smaller time frames, you might see different short-term support and resistance. No, we're above support right now, 24666. So yeah. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, that is it. We are watching with bated breath. If you are going to jump in on any trades, I would definitely be using the cracking cryptocurrency Ichimoku cloud because it's set to cryptocurrency settings and looking at the green cloud, making sure you got green skies ahead if you're longing, but also watching the dips on the shorter time frame, 1, 3, and 5 minute. So that you don't get any surprises. It's Saturday night. There is not a lot of volume in here. Look at this. There's just like a little bit of excitement coming in, but not a lot of volume to then not end up in this trade that's just stuck there in a price range and paying fees for it, right? While you're waiting for it to go. We're better off with volume coming in so that you don't get stuck in a price range that you end up losing because you're actually paying fees every 8 hours on it. Awesome. That's it. It could pump this evening. Totally. Absolutely. I thought it might pump as soon as we passed the monthly, but I'm
Saturday night monthly candle close. Everybody's out with their sweetie.
Yeah. It's the Asian market. So Shanghai comes on at 7 o'clock. It comes on in 1 hour, right? Yeah. So in 1 hour's time, it's quite possible. So I would be watching that. So where are you ladies from? I'm from New Zealand, live in Costa Rica.
I'm originally from Canada, but I'm Costa Rican now. So having fun living here in the tropics.
Tomorrow, same time, we're going to do the CME gap. We're going to do the weekly close because the weekly close could be a deal breaker, right? If we stay up in this range, that weekly close is really going to determine direction, I think, especially because we're going into that area of Saturn in retrograde where I've predicted we could start seeing upward price action. You're welcome. Thank you, Kelly, guys. Trade consciously. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Have
Bye,
a great
guys.
weekend. Thanks for